Hello and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide, where throughout the next few minutes I'm going to talk to you all about the park's exciting new roller coaster set to open in 2018. Now back in 2015 the park did close down the Flume, which was a classic log flume attraction that opened at the park in 1981. To help continue with the expansion of the resort, the park are now putting in a planning application for a brand new roller coaster, and I'm going to talk to you all about that and all the different details about this new ride throughout this video. So basically, once the park announced that the Flume was going to close, we went into the park for the 2016 season. All fencing had been placed around the ride area, and of course some signage around the site as well, sort of saying that a groundbreaking new development was set to come in the next few years, codenamed Secret Weapon 8. Now if you don't know about the secret weapons, this is something that's been passed on throughout the years at Alton Towers, with the original secret weapons 1 and 2 never being built. They were original concepts for rides on the site where Nemesis stands today. Nemesis was Secret Weapon 3, with Air being Secret Weapon 4, and so on, all the way through to the Smiler, which was Secret Weapon 7, and of course the brand new roller coaster for 2018, which is Secret Weapon 8. So basically, when Alton Towers wants to put in a new ride, they will submit a planning application, and this is what we're going to have a look through in the next few minutes in this video. So the park have applied for planning permission for the installation of a new roller coaster, construction of associated buildings for the new ride, and the project of course will include a brand new roller coaster, which is set to be made of a wooden structure. It will feature sound tunnels and noise screens, as well as a maintenance building, station and shop, all within the same unit. So this is going to be a very sort of tightly squeezed roller coaster, all on the site of where the Flume was located. Now it won't be going into the woodland like the Flume actually did, where you had the indoor drop for the Flume and all the outdoor section before coming back for the final lift hill and going down the final drop of the Flume. It will literally all be on the site of where that actual final drop was and the station itself. You might also remember from the Flume at Alton Towers, you walked around the queue line all the way around the lake. Where that queue line was and also where the lake was is where the main part of this roller coaster is going to be built. So it's going to be very exciting. So let's have a little look at the plans from overview, so we can sort of see what this is going to look like. So the first thing to notice about this overview is of course the huge building in the top left corner of the image, and this is going to actually be the ride station, along with the maintenance area, a baggage hold, and also a pre-show area, something I'll talk a little bit about later in the video. Upon exiting the station, the ride will then continue through an indoor section before making its way up a 10-metre tall lift hill with a 24-degree incline. This will be using a silent magnetic lift system, also to minimise the noise, and I'll go on to that in a couple of moments' time. From looking at the overview of the ride's layout, we can see that once the coaster leaves the lift hill, it will enter straight into a sound tunnel before making its way through numerous drops, camelbacks and helixes. Now it's all very exciting stuff about this brand new roller coaster, but let's have a little deeper look into the plan application and see what other interesting things we can discover from Secret Weapon 8. So of course, every time a new roller coaster gets built at the park, noise comparisons have to be made so the planners can see how noisy this new attraction is going to be and what sort of impact that will be to the local area, local houses, and of course the general noise going to be created throughout the theme park. Now the manufacturer has actually stated that it will sound very similar to these three roller coasters that are already operating, which are the Kentucky Rumbler at Beach Bend Park in Kentucky, the Wildcat, which is located at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania, and the Ozark Wildcat, which is located in Celebration City. And of course, the interesting thing that we know about that is that all three of those rides are manufactured by Great Coasters International. Now, Great Coasters International specialise in wooden coasters. They've created some amazing woodies over the years, and some of my favourites, one of my favourites, of course, Woden at Europa Park, which I absolutely love. It's got some fantastic elements to it and some fantastic speed to it as well. It's a very fast wooden coaster. Another one, Troy at Toverland, a very highly regarded wooden coaster in Europe, and again was manufactured by GCI. So this does confirm that the manufacturer will be GCI for this exciting new roller coaster set to open at Alton Towers in 2018. But of course, we've seen quite a lot from the overview of this ride. Let's now have a look at some side elevations from the plan application. So the first thing to notice about the side elevations is of course how it gives us an in-depth look at how it's going to look from various different locations throughout the theme park. It also reveals the fact there's going to be 2 themed features which will be located around the ride area, each constructed using timber materials. Now one of these will be 16 metres above ground level, and the feature will be designed to sit next to the main entrance of the new ride. The main entrance of the new ride is set to be located somewhere around where the Flume's on-load platform was. Guests will pass underneath this feature as they make their way into the queue line towards the main station building itself. The side elevation also gives us a much better angle to look at the 24-degree lift hill. This, as mentioned earlier, will use a silent magnetic lift system to minimise noise. Another reason they could be going with this is it could be a possible launched lift hill. It could exit the station and up into a launched lift hill potentially. However, this is just speculation. It's something that I'd possibly like to see on the ride. It would, of course, increase the speed before making it to the top of the lift hill and then going down into the tunnel into its first drop. But again, this is just speculation and something we'll see later on in the construction process. So talking a little bit more about the experience that's going to be had on this wooden roller coaster, we already know the fact there's going to be 2 themed structures throughout the ride area itself. Well, from looking at the overview plans, we can also see how the Flume's old queue line is going to be utilised as a queue line for the wooden roller coaster. Now only in certain sections, but you can sort of see how the new queue line will make its way all the way around the wooden roller coaster, offering some fantastic views. And what makes me really happy here is to see it's not known as a cattle pen queue line. A cattle pen queue line is something that keeps going up and down, and doesn't really offer much enjoyment for guests within it. With this, it'll all through the woodland, underneath the ride itself, and you'll get some fantastic shots on video as well of this awesome new roller coaster. From there on in, it will then head into the building, which will host a pre-show. Now what we know here from the plans is that it will be a 140-second long pre-show, and the room will be able to fit 50 people inside it. This is in the main station building, just before you actually get onto the train itself. So what's actually going to happen in that pre-show, we don't know at the moment, but I love the sound of it. I love pre-shows. I think it really builds up the atmosphere to a ride, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Secret Weapon 8 has in store with its pre-show. Hopefully some sort of storyline to go along with the area that it's in. A little bit more about the area. It's sort of showing that it could either be in Mutiny Bay or Katanga Canyon, but looking at where the actual queue line entrance is coming from, it is coming from inside Mutiny Bay, so I'm going to assume for now at least that this ride is going to be themed to pirates. Also, when you look at the Secret Weapon 8 signage, it's also done in the pirates banners, which does suggest that it is going to be a pirates theme ride. However, we could be speculating wrong here. It could go in as an African theme ride like Katanga Canyon, or it could be a complete retheme of Mutiny Bay, but from what we can see at the moment, that is how it's looking to be. It's going to be a wooden roller coaster themed to Mutiny Bay with a pre-show and some fantastic theme structures around the ride. What we can also see from the indoor section there on the plans is 12 rows of air gates. These can hold 4 people in each air gate. What we assume here is similar to 13 at Alton Towers, how they can hold 4 in each air gate. This will be 2 on the train at each time, so the onload staff can have another set of people ready to move forward in the air gates and onto the train. What we can also suggest here then is the ride will feature 24 seats, 24 riders per train, and most GCI coasters do tend to run 2 trains. However, they can run up to 3 trains, such as Woden. It does run a 3-train service and it runs it really well at Europa Park. However, looking at the layout of this ride, I would sort of suspect it's going to run a 2-train service. But it looks absolutely fantastic, and like I say, with this ride, there's so much to it that we can see already from the plans. Of course, we've got the shop as well. There's also going to be a queue line shop in there, and my first impressions on this is fantastic. It's been rumoured for a while there's going to be a wooden roller coaster at Alton Towers, and it looks like that finally we're going to have this there. Now let's just hope that the plan application goes through. But what happens if it does? Now the park have stated in the application they plan to start construction in September of 2016, which is of course this year, and the ride will be finished by December 2017, which is of course December next year, and it will be ready for the 2018 season, and I would say March 2018. 2018 for that. The reason I want it open early as well is because of course, Project 2018 at Blackpool Pleasure Beach that I spoke quite a bit about lately in Theme Park Worldwide, the show, and that looks to be a brand new roller coaster, rumoured to be from Mack Rides, and this could be going head to head, you know, with Alton Towers wooden coaster. So in the UK, we could have two really exciting new rides, a wooden coaster at Alton Towers and a Mack coaster at Blackpool Pleasure Beach in 2018. And of course, here on Theme Park Worldwide, we'll keep you all up to date with the latest theme park news. If you want to keep up to date with everything going on throughout the world of theme parks, all you need to do is watch our weekly episode of Theme Park Worldwide, the show, which is uploaded each Wednesday here on our YouTube channel. And of course, with this new coaster, we'll keep you all up to date here on the channel. Alton Towers is my local park. It's only a few miles away. And of course, if the plan application does get passed for this ride, which I think it will do, the fact that it's on the site of an old ride itself already means Alton Towers have got this to their advantage. Putting it in as a replacement ride to the Flume is something they've done in the past. They did it with the Smiler as a replacement to Black Hole. They did it with 13 as a replacement to Corkscrew. Alton Towers know what they're doing with this, and they've also kept it within a really good area and out of the gardens, sort of where the Flume used to go. It was borderline on the gardens, you know, in the trees. So I'm looking forward to seeing this development. Let's hope it gets passed, and of course, if it does get passed, we'll have a regular construction series here on Theme Park Worldwide throughout the year. I hope you've enjoyed this special one-off video, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.